What is going on at Chelsea? Is Pochettino's time at the club coming to an end? A lot of content creators surrounding Chelsea Football Club have came out in the last few days talking about Poch and about why they think he should go. Some fans even thinking now that Jose has been sacked as Roma head coach, could he maybe be in line for a return at Chelsea? Chelsea currently sit 11th in the Premier League table with 31 points after 23 games. Not a very good return at all. Considering the amount of money Todd Bowley spent on that Chelsea team as well, boys, it's not showing in the pitch, is it? I mean, the money Todd Bowley spending probably isn't, it's alright spending a load of money, as we know, but it's smart signings you gotta deal with, right? And probably Chelsea. And Chelsea this season are pretty much showing how, spending a lot of money isn't a quick fix in modern football. It's all well and good having a lot of money, but you gotta spend it right. And it certainly looks as if Chelsea haven't on this occasion. They're having an awful season, sitting in mid-table. They're giving the fans nothing to shout about. I mean, they're still in the FA Cup, so if there's gonna be any sort of miracle, they're gonna win a trophy this season. Time of recording this, Chelsea and Aston Villa play tonight in the 4th round replay of the Cup, so let's see how they do. But Aston Villa will be no pushover in that game, man. In fact, Villa are the big favourites in that game, I would say. So it'll be interesting to see how Chelsea, and if they're able to go through or not. But whenever you look at this Chelsea team, I mean, as a fan, as you boys know, I'm a Manchester United fan. We've had our troubles this season, big time. But as a Chelsea fan, I've got friends that are Chelsea fans, and there's nothing to grab onto as a fan this year. Poch and the team alike, not just one or the other, it's both. They're not performing to the level needed, the level required at Chelsea. I mean, it's only a few years ago this team was, lifting the Champions League, beating Man City in the final, the Havertz goal. So it's crazy, man, how quick football can turn. And been a few, inconsistent years at Chelsea, and then this year's just been very, very bad, man. And the thing about Chelsea is, boys, we know they sack managers quickly. They have a tendency to do that. So, if you put yourself in the Poch's shoes, probably he knows in the back of his head, his form right now at Chelsea is nowhere near good enough. Of course it's not, right? And any manager at any club with the form he's on would be under scrutiny. But especially that he's at Chelsea and their track record of sacking managers quickly, I wouldn't be giving Poch too long left. If I was to put a bet on it, boys, I wouldn't be expecting Poch to last probably until April. Never mind the summer. I think the way it's going, he's on the way out, to be fair. Obviously, things can change in football, but Chelsea are so far adrift off their targets for this season. Their target as a Chelsea, you gotta be top 4, right? They're so far adrift from that. So, and every season, I said this in the last video, every season, top 4 seems to be getting tougher and tougher to get. Whenever I look at this Chelsea team, it just seems so disjointed. I was watching match day, I think it was match day 2 on the Sunday night there the other night. A couple of pundits were saying, and usually the pundits on match day, I'm kind of thinking, are there points? Sometimes the media can be a little bit outdated with their points at times. You just wonder, just because they were prior players, they're not always the best pundits in the game. But I do think they made some decent points about Chelsea. They were saying that Thiago Silva and Cole Palmer are probably the only 2 names on the team sheet every week in, week out, you kind of count on as a Chelsea fan, and they're probably right. You look at the Chelsea this year, it is disjointed. There's certainly talent in there, there's certainly decent players in there, but this year, they're not gelling as a team. After his goal at the weekend, Cole Palmer is into double figures for goals this season, which is a good return for him on his first season with Chelsea, but him on his own, he can't do it all. Thiago Silva is an experienced player at the back, he'll always give you that quality, but, you look through the team, and the money they've spent, it's something that ain't adding up, man, you know what I mean? The team ain't playing to the level they should be. But I said this in a few videos ago as well on Chelsea, boys. Obviously they're having an awful season, as I'm saying, right? This whole video is about that. But every time I watch them, sometimes they do play awful and they get well beat. There's other times where they play okay under Poch, but it's just their finishing, their finishing ability. They've got quite young, naive forwards up front, like Mudryk. Obviously Palmer is starting to fire for them, which is good for them. Nico Jackson, obviously Sterling's a veteran, decent performer. You know what I mean? They've got a few players up there that you think they've got talent, like the Jacksons, like the Mudryks, but they don't finish more often than not, man. They get chances created to them and they don't finish. Now, as I say, the whole team's underperforming this season. You gotta say it. Probably that Cole Palmer and maybe a few others. But yeah, when you look at that team, boys, something ain't right, man. As I say, Chelsea fans, drop your comments down below. Obviously anyone drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on Chelsea this season and what you think they need to do. But I'm especially interested to know from you boys that are Chelsea fans in our community here on FK Sports. Drop it in the comments. Let me know. Where do you see your side finishing this season? Do you think you have a chance at even a European place? That's the next step for Chelsea. Because realistically, they're sitting in 11th right now. They cannot finish the season in 11th. They gotta at least secure some sort of European football, even if that's Europa League or Conference League football. It's not good enough. Chelsea should be a Champions League side, but the way they're playing, as I said earlier, it's getting more and more difficult to get Champions League football these years in the Premier League. Yeah, they gotta secure some sort of European football, but what changes need to be made in order to make sure that happens? Because the minute they're only going one way, boys, and that's down. They're not going up, man. And yeah, we gotta say in the event, because it's on the thumbnail, you've got sacked and then replacement on the thumbnail. Is Jose Jose Mourinho a viable option for this Chelsea team? You know, I'll not go out and make a video saying, oh, Ten Hag, even if I do think I'm still Ten Hag in, but if, say, for example, I was Ten Hag guy, I'm never going to start putting loads of videos up, you know, starting a witch hunt on Ten Hag, even if I did feel that way. So I'm certainly not going to do that for other managers either and other clubs. So this is certainly not, you know, no disrespect to Poch. You know, he's still got his job, and let's see how long it lasts. In the event that he did get sacked, is Jose a viable option? I mean, you've got the fairy tale element of it. Of course you got, you know, all that Jose's done and achieved at Chelsea in the past, you know, and he obviously loves the club. You know, it's where he made his name in England, right? So yeah, I mean, he had a pretty good name before that, don't get me wrong, but yeah, he came to England and won all the stuff he did with Chelsea. So it's a fairy tale if he returns, but I just think at this state age now, is Jose's style of play getting outdated? It probably is, to be honest. You know, he's still a top entertainer, you know, on the sidelines, week in, week out. You know, he's quality to watch. He really is. And I have no doubt if he came to Chelsea that he would, you know, there'd be an initial bounce for him again, that new manager bounce, you know, the fairy tale of Jose coming back to Chelsea, the reunion, if you like. I have no doubt that would, you know, spur the players on, and maybe as a short-term fix it would work, but in the long term, Chelsea want to be fighting, you know, especially all the money they've got and the money they put into the club, they want to be fighting for big trophies. You know, the Champions Leagues again, the leagues, right? And Jose ain't going to do that for them. You know, I think Jose's days, I was going to say Jose's days are numbered, but they're probably already gone, to be fair, at the top level. You know, obviously he sacked as Roman manager. Tottenham didn't go well for him, didn't win anything at Tottenham, although I know that was controversial because he did get that cup final and then was sacked the week before he got to play it. But yeah, obviously his time at United was mixed. You know, overall looking back at his time at United, I mean, because Jose was linked to United last week. Before we got the 2 wins and Ten Hag was a bit more under pressure than he is at the minute, people were saying, oh, Jose's free now after getting sacked at Roma. Will he go back to United? I don't believe in going back. I wouldn't take Jose back. As I say, that's from a United point of view, but in terms of Chelsea, yeah, I think the fairy tale element will be there. You know, I'm sure some fans would love having him back in. Going off a lot of fans' opinions on Poch right now, probably couldn't be a lot worse bringing Jose back. But you gotta think about the football as well. The football will obviously probably be even worse than it is right now for Chelsea in terms of the style of play they play. And that style of play that Jose has, it just doesn't work in the modern game, most likely. Only being a short-term thing if they did get him in, and then him being sacked as well. So let's see what happens. But drop in the comments what you boys think. If Poch did get sacked, if you're a Chelsea fan, would you be happy with Jose coming back if that became available? Or is there another manager in the back of your head you're thinking, you know what, Jack, maybe if he became available, I could see Chelsea going for him? Drop it in the comments, let me know. But at the minute, all I know, boys, is if you're a Chelsea fan, I feel sorry for you, man. Your club is in big trouble right now, man. As I say, there's big issues there. A lot of money spent, decent players. If you look at the players in the squad, you know, by no means is it the level of a Man City or an Arsenal or a Liverpool, but it's certainly a team where you think they should be performing a lot better than they are. You've got good players in there, Premier League players. Casado, Sterling's a veteran player. You know, you've got Reece James. I know he's injury problems, but he's a good player. Thiago Silva's quality. You know, you can't look at that whole Chelsea team and go, oh, they're all awful players. They're not. You know, yes, you have a few young players. I spoke about that earlier, which need developing, but yeah, need time to not settle in, but you know, just keep developing their game. But let's see what happens. And yeah, make sure if you've enjoyed today's video, boys, to smash that like. Really does help the algorithm. Shares the channel about, shares this video about, helps us grow, pushing towards that 300 subscriber mark here on the FK Sports. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. So if you're watching this, you've enjoyed this conversation. We do loads of these type of football topical videos. We try and get like 1 to 2 videos uploaded a week. So yeah, please do subscribe if you're new. It really does help the channel out, and great to have new people, you know, watching this channel and watching the stuff. And yeah, boys, much appreciated. I will catch all you legends in the next video. Peace out.